Welcome, 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 welcome. I am Kim Lee, and welcome to Blend with Kim Lee and Friends. I am so excited that you are able to join us tonight. Hey, good evening. How y'all doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so thankful that you guys were able to come. Listen, it has been such a tough week for many of us that are watching that I really pressed my way to do this show tonight. I felt that it was so necessary for us to be able to just kind of get away for a few moments and talk about all things beauty. First, before we get started, I want to send out my sincerest condolences to the Floyd family and to all of those who have lost their lives over these last few months to senseless acts of just meanness and anger and just police brutality. Yes. We want to definitely extend our condolences to the families and to the friends and to all of you who are watching. Again, this has been a tough week with race relations and with our country in the place that it is in, with riots and with peaceful marches as well. Yes. There have been so many opportunities for us to express our voices. And I'm thankful that many of you have expressed your voice in such a positive way by marching peacefully, by organizing rallies. And yesterday, for those of you who were able to do the blackout and you weren't quite sure about what that entailed, I do want to just talk a little bit about that. And just to give you some clarity, you know, working in the entertainment industry for over 25 years, there were two record reps that decided that yesterday was a good day for us to black out, not to stop talking, but to black out from the work and the noise of the industry, the music industry. So we weren't posting music videos, we weren't posting battles and competitions, which many of our favorite artists have done. We weren't doing, you know, random posts about ourselves and selfies, but what we were doing was taking a moment to reflect, taking a moment to galvanize ourselves in the way of justice and equal rights, and trying to bring some clarity to the situation by organizing events for our own community and getting together with our family members and just expressing our love. There was also several different sites that went around where you could donate to these causes. And so there was a reason for that quietness. There was a reason for that moment of silence. And so for those of you that did participate or you didn't participate because you didn't understand it, or maybe you just didn't know about it. But if you did not, I hope that you are doing something in your community to give back, to share, and to just be able to have a voice in the way of justice. And so without further ado, I want to thank all of you. Each week, I've had some of the most incredible guest on the show. Last week, I was so blessed to be able to have one of the actresses from Little Fires Everywhere. The week before that, I had a dear friend of mine who was a celebrity artist. But tonight, we went a little in a different direction, and I decided to bring in one of my friends from the Housewives of Potomac. Yes, tonight we have none other than Candace Dillard Bassett, which I am so excited about. Her being here. She is a sassy 33-year-old former Miss United States. I don't know if you guys know that, but she was formerly Miss United States, hailing from Atlanta, Georgia, by way of Biloxi, Mississippi. You know, I read about you.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so excited that you are here tonight. Listen, this is some of the stuff you don't know about her, which I love, that she was part of the White House and Public Affairs. She was part of the White House of Public Engagement and Intergovernmental Affairs. So let me get that correct, okay? She also worked in the African American community for President Barack Obama, our
forever president.
Forever.
Argue with your mother. Don't argue with me about it, okay?
Okay. Don't argue. It's just not worth it, okay?
Yes.
And so I know that I have some other things that I do want to share about her. She has so many wonderful accomplishments to be 33 and more. Just more to come. And we're going to talk more about those as we go on through the night. But I think most people have another interest in you, and that is that you are one of the cast members of The Real Housewives of Potomac. And you're my neighbor.
I know. Hi, neighbor. Yes.
You're my neighbor.
Yes.
We got our own little housewife group going
Okay. Yes, the housewives of wherever we live.
Wherever we live. We won't say
Yes.
where we live.
Right.
But we do have our own little groove going. Listen, if you
Yes.
are watching, welcome to the show. Get your non-alcoholic cocktail. I don't drink, but if you drink, I can't say, but you can't. I'm having my lemonade because it's
Yes.
hot. I got all these lights. Listen, have you ever, like, because we do Zooms all the time, right, Candace?
Yes.
Have you ever gotten in front of the Zoom and you're just like, this is just too much?
It's too much. No, I definitely cheat. I cheat a lot of the time, and I'll do the news anchor. So I'll be partying from about here to here, and sometimes I'll have shorts. I've had like no pants parties. I've had, like today I'm doing leggings. These are my workout leggings on the bottom. And then I give a little, listen, I had to work extra hard, okay? Most times if I'm doing my face, I'll just throw something on. I knew I'm coming on the Kim Lee's live. I can't be on here looking like anything because she's going to critique my face.
I look. Totally not. I ordered, and now mind you, I have my own brand, as you know.
Yes.
And my product is stuck in customs.
Oh my gosh.
So I had to order something off Amazon. And so I put this powder on my face. And when I came out to get in front of the camera, I was like, oh my God, I'm like pasty. And I won't say what it is, but
yes. Don't shame me.
It was like a Zoom snafu. I said, oh my God. And then I have on my loungewear, I have on my full, my full evening chemise.
Yes.
My whole situation.
Giving good décolleté, honey.
And then it's a turban.
Yes.
I took the earrings off. I just didn't know what to do.
It's a lot. It's been a lot having to adjust to this new way of interacting with people and talking to fans and talking to followers and, promoting our businesses and being the Black girl magic entrepreneurs that we are, darling. It's been a lot. So I definitely, my bedroom, part of my living room and my loft, I've turned into studios because depending on what we're doing, sometimes I need different backgrounds, and I've got ring lights and tripods and extension cords all over my house. It's a hot mess.
Sorry, Chris.
He'll be fine. He actually is he's very supportive. He lets it ride, and he lets everything slide. He'll come in the bedroom and trip over an extension cord. I'm sorry, babe, just move it out of the way.
Just move it out of the way.
He handles it.
Our whole house is a studio. Our whole house is full of product.
Yes.
Our whole house is just like yours. It's just like, and we moved from where you are to the condos. So we downsized. Left. And so we have all of this stuff from the townhouse. And it was a nice size home.
Right. And trying to consolidate it.
So I'm down in the garage looking for stuff. I'm in storage. It's just like, babe, we need to go back up the hill because this is cute. Because it's a different little climate down here. It's like cool, like people down here. Like,
there's more noise. It's noisier, right?
I mean, the motorcycles.
Oh my God, the motorcycles.
It's so out of control down here. I can't get my beauty sleep. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, what is happening here? The noise restrictions.
Whenever we're down there, whenever we go down to like hang out or walk or whatever, and we see the motorcycle clubs, and I'm like, how are the poor people that are having to live above all this noise? How are they sleeping? How do you meditate? How do you put your baby to bed? Like, there are so many things.
There are no single people down. I mean, there are no married people down here with children. Everyone down here is single, and everyone down here is ready to party. And so here we are in the middle of it, and we're like,
what do we get ourselves into?
It's hard. It's difficult. But anyway, our whole beauty regimen, what used to be essential, used to be hyaluronic acid and, all of my BB creams. But now, I'm finding that what's essential is hand sanitizer. And
honey, Lysol. Yes. Wipes.
I want to get right into your beauty routine. Like, what are your essentials right now? Like, what's the thing? What are the 3 things you grab for your beauty regimen? Like, what do you grab? We can do beauty. We can do your skincare because I know people want to know because your skin is like gorgeous. And that's a whole nother question. We'll talk about your beauty grabs. Like, what do you grab first?
Okay, so if if I had to be swept away and taken onto an island and I had to grab 3 things that I absolutely had to have, number 1 would absolutely be my SkinCeuticals CE Ferulic serum. I don't know if I think it was my dermatologist. My dermatologist, shout out to Dr. Cherie Fry. She's in the National Harbor, who introduced me to the SkinCeuticals brand. She put me onto this brand, and I swear by this serum that is actually ridiculously expensive. It's not cheap. It's not cheap at all. But it's one of the things that I splurge on because you mentioned I'm 33. When I turned 30, I kind of had this like mini breakdown, and I said, "Oh my gosh, I'm fully in my 30s now. I have to start doing more to take care of my skin and be aware of my skin."
Right.
And where my skin is and what it's doing. So I really like hunkered down and did a lot of research on different products. And I came across the 10-step Korean skincare routine that I do follow a lot of. And one of the steps is whatever serums that you use on your face. So definitely the SkinCeuticals CE
I love
Ferulic.
SkinCeuticals, by the way.
Yes, aren't they amazing?
I love SkinCeuticals.
They're not cheap, but
they're not cheap.
If you're gonna splurge on something, splurge on your skin. Okay, bags are cute, shoes are cute.
Are you still splurging on your skin?
Well, no, I'm using what I have in my cabinet now.
Okay.
Not at the moment, no. But when I do purchase it, I have to kind of I cringe because I think that serum is like $180.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Yeah, but it's worth it. So that I would
it used to be in every grab bag in Hollywood when we would go to the award shows.
Really?
And we would get that grab bag.
Ooh.
And my celebrity client was like, "I don't want this bag." And I'm like, "I do."
Okay. That's fine. I'll take several samples.
Because it's overwhelming because they're going to that stuff all the time. And I'm like, "Hey, look, I'll take it."
That's fine.
And so now I have a house full of junk. It probably needs to be thrown away, but hey, it just feels good to say I got it in my cabinet.
Yes, if it's SkinCeuticals, yes, it's like having gold. So definitely SkinCeuticals. I think that moisturizing is so important, especially as I love makeup, but I think what I know is that having a good foundation with good skin is what makes makeup application flawless. So you can have the greatest Kim Lee makeup artist in the world to do the application and to make you look your best.
Oh, you're too sweet.
But if your skin is not a solid, smooth foundation with tiny pores that aren't gonna, soak up everything or make the makeup look crazy, then it's all for naught. So for me, having a really great moisturizer is so important. And I swear by it's a hyaluronic water-based moisturizer, the Neutrogena hyaluronic. It's the hyaluronic wet something. It comes in like a blue tub with a white top. You can get it over the counter. It's in Target. I actually get it at Costco because you can get it in bulk for cheap. That's a little hint for the people. I swear by the Neutrogena hyaluronic face moisturizer. So I would have that. And I would probably bring my fresh rose water toner that I get from Sephora.
You got some fancy stuff that you would bring with you. Listen, I'm not quite that sophisticated. I should be though, because I am over 40, and I just
But your skin is amazing. So please, and listen. If you don't follow Kim and see what Kim is always on Instagram Live, and Kim will have her phone right here. So you see all of her pores, and they're tiny. Her skin is smooth. Like I want your skin. Over 40, I want your skin.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. It's Jesus, water, and a whole lot of prayer.
Yeah, okay.
I'm telling you, it's just it's living good. It ain't all that long, heavy, long nights and laying and lurking and lingering. You gotta go home. I tell people all the time, one of my secrets to the longevity of my my business and
Yes.
staying in this industry is go home.
Go home. Don't no laying and lurking. I'm stealing that.
Not going anywhere. My mentor told me that years ago. She said, "Girl, the industry is not going anywhere." Yes. Marietta, if you are watching, I love you so much. One of my pioneers in the beauty industry. Marietta told me years ago that the beauty industry isn't going anywhere, and neither is entertainment.
Yeah.
And so I go home.
Yes.
I go home.
Go home.
Get lots of rest. And I think that that is something that I definitely tell people all the time. A lot of times people think that you got to do a whole lot of magic to your skin for it to work. And it's really about lifestyle.
Yes.
I want to talk a little bit with you about lifestyle and some of your beauty hacks.
Yes.
Because beauty hacks are important. And these days, we call these beauty hacks.
Yes, I love that.
Hacks.
That is amazing.
And all about what you love to do. One of the things, and it doesn't have to be skin related, but beauty related. But one of the things that I've learned to do, just to let the viewers know, is I have learned to cook with a lot of different herbs and spices. And I've learned to cook like naturally. Like we got this air fryer.
Ooh, how is your air fryer?
And then we got this subscription to HelloFresh, and they send you all these fresh herbs and ingredients.
Yes.
Now, I know you live with a chef. Chris, if you're listening, I'm gonna get to you later. But I don't.
He's downstairs.
I live with someone who knows how to preach. He knows how to pull people.
This is important.
A rally.
This is important.
He does not know how to cook. So I said, you know what? I found myself cooking breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and it just got boring.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I gotta find something. So I've learned to cook with all of these herbs and stuff. And I know I'm looking like the herb lady too. I'm looking like I have an herb garden.
The sexy herb lady.
I don't. I promise you I don't. If anybody's from the islands, I'm sorry. I don't know what island I'm mimicking. But
yes.
I don't. I just cook with all of these fresh herbs, thyme, rosemary. I've been steaming with it. I've been cooking with it. And my food tastes better. My skin looks better. So that's my beauty hack. My beauty hack. What's yours?
Ooh, okay. So, well, I'm gonna say two things because number one, and this is common. It's trite, but it's important, especially for people like me, because I hate drinking water. I'm not a water drinker.
What?
I'm not. Water is boring to me. Water is bland. I don't want it. I want
even with fresh slices of oranges and lemons.
Well, so that is my little simple hack. No. That's my simple hack. Is that's the way that I've been able to trick myself into enjoying water, and the world of difference that it has made with my skin, with my scalp. I have severely dry scalp just right here in the front. Yeah. And this is a side note. Don't judge. If you want to see some quarantine stuff, my nails are quarantine nails. And I talk with my hands. So don't judge.
You gotta come down the hill to the CVS and get the press-ons.
I had them. Here's one. Wait, no, where is it? Here's one. The others have popped off.
I'm sorry.
It's horrible. But you know what? And you know what? I was keeping up with them. But the last 2 weeks with the riots and the protests and Ahmaud Arbery and George Floyd, I stopped caring. And they would just pop off and I would leave them in the floor. But
I think I love that. And I think this is a good place to stop that about your nails. I love the fact that you are such an activist and that you are so passionate about life and what you believe in. I love that about you. And I watch you make your points. I love all of your random moments on social media about things that bother you. And I know that same passion has transcended in these issues that we are dealing with in our community.
Yeah.
How have you been dealing with this? And I know many people who watch you, they know that you're married to a Caucasian man. Mm-hmm. How are you dealing with this, Candace? How has this affected your relationship? And I don't want to go I only go as deep as you're comfortable with. But I mean, this is real. You love him. Yeah. That's your husband.
It's my husband. Yeah. Yeah.
You know? And so I just want you to talk a little bit about that. And I want you to kind of give some insight to those who might be in biracial relationships?
Yes.
How
Yeah.
you guys are dealing with that?
Yeah. I'm so glad that you are broaching this subject because it matters and it's important to talk about, especially in terms of where we are in the world right now. And I'm a millennial. I think growing up, I'm from the South, so obviously I learned firsthand what it was like for my grandparents and even my parents to deal in the civil rights movement and to deal with segregation and to deal with racism and to deal with white supremacy and all of the ugliness that comes with that beast. And I was naive to think that I would never have to fight it off on my own or with my own self. I also never saw myself being married to a white man.
Wow.
My father is Black. My stepfather is Black. I grew up around Black people. And I just always assumed I would marry a Black man. And when I met Chris, we were just friends. We were friends for 4 years. And we talked about our relationships with other people. We would support each other in our businesses and in our endeavors. And I never saw him as someone that I could be married to. But that's how God will get you and let you know, haha, my child, I have something for you that you didn't know was coming. And Chris became, as a friend, he became someone that it was easy to love, and he supported me and he loved me, and he, above all else, was my friend. And that's the advice I give everybody that asks about, finding a partner, is find someone who you can be friends with, and the love is in there. The love is in that friendship. I think what makes it not an issue, being married to a white man at a time where race is at the forefront of the world stage, is my husband is an ally. He is an ally to the Black community. He is an ally to communities of color.
Yes.
My husband has brown children who are multiracial. His ex-wife is multiracial, and my bonus babies are multiracial. When we have children, they will be biracial. And Chris, people say all the time that when they meet him, the first question they ask is Chris really white? Because Chris seemed like he would have a little color in him. And it's a joke that, it's a kitchen table joke, but I think that Chris just is an empathetic person, like many white people are. There are a lot of white people in the world who are empathetic and who are empaths to the things that people of color go through. And surprisingly, you see a lot of that if you're watching the protests. A lot of these protesters that are marching and being tear gassed and holding up signs and speaking on our behalf are white. It's my mother, who is from Demopolis, Alabama, and experienced segregation and racism firsthand, calls me in awe and in shock. Candace, look at all of these white people who are out here, screaming in the faces of the police and demanding justice for this Black man who lost his life at the knee of this, I will say it, a white supremacist, racist bigot of a man. And his counterparts, who thankfully were all charged today. It's also great news that Derek Chauvin's charge was upgraded to second-degree murder from third-degree murder. That is victory, and I just wanted to point that out because that's what all of the protesting and rioting and speaking out is for. And I'm proud to see that. When we mobilize as a community with our allies, we can make change happen. But to go back to Chris, I think that it works for us because Chris is an ally. Chris is the first person to check someone when they're out of place, when they're out of line. I don't have to open my mouth.
What do you mean by check? You mean like a Caucasian person or a Black person? Or both?
A Caucasian person.
Okay.
If we happen to be out somewhere and someone, there was an instance where someone wanted to touch my braids, and Chris is the first person to say, "Excuse me, her hair is not a museum. You need to back up." And he's not, what I appreciate about him is that he speaks from a place, he operates from a place of understanding. It's not trendy. He's not a trendy ally. He's not a trendy culture vulture as so many non-persons of color can be. He truly takes the time to try and, he takes the time to try and understand, and he has empathy for where we are, and it's because his wife is Black, his children are multiracial, and he understands it. While he will never fully he won't ever walk in our shoes. He wants to understand it as best he can so that he can advocate for us fully. And there are members of his family that have.
And I appreciate that. I appreciate him being proactive instead of reactive.
Yes.
I think that's very important in the sincerity of his heart and where he is as it relates to his position and his posture, it being integrated into our community and you being integrated into his community, and it being one, because at the end of the day, the two shall become one.
Yes.
And you're one now.
Yes.
And so, that's very important. Are you guys doing anything? Because I know there have been some of my Caucasian friends who have called, who have inboxed me, who have posted, publicly on my page to apologize for these indiscretions that have happened to our community, and to let me know that they are with us, they stand with us, and that they don't tolerate that behavior. And that I appreciated that. Has Chris found himself having to do that with any of his friends?
Not so much apologizing, but definitely checking in.
Yeah.
And just expressing that, hey, I'm here, and doing it in a way that doesn't feel opportunistic or like I'm trying to make what's happening about me. I'm coming to you as a white man who understands he talks all the time about understanding his privilege. He has double privilege. He's a white male. They are the end all be. They are the culmination of greatness. If you listen to colonialism, and he understands that, and he knows the power that he wields just by being in the skin that he's in, and just by identifying as he identifies as a white man. And so for him, it's just as simple as checking in with. He has a lot of Black friends. His friends become my friends. So my Black friends are now his friends.
And when you're friends with someone, you don't have to apologize. It's like, I'm here. But I just want to make it clear that I'm here,
Yes.
And I think that that's where the beauty of it all comes in. And that's where, us just being accountable to one another, and being a ear to those, we are all dealing with this so differently.
Yes.
I know for me, there have been days I haven't wanted to hear the news. The last 2 days I've been inundated with the news, especially with people protesting.
Yes.
And I just wanted to kind of understand where everybody's heart was as an intercessor. I don't know if you know, I pray a lot.
Yes.
And so I want to always hear people's heartbeat, so that I know how to kind of go before God for them.
Yeah.
But I also wanted to understand everybody's footing in this. Everybody's in a different place.
Yeah.
We're not all at the same place in the race, or in this marathon. It's not a race, it's a marathon. And it's, and it's taken 400 years for us to get to where we are now. And the stories that we're telling and we're experiencing are stories that our children may not experience, but they'll have their own. And just, our interpretation of that story and how we share it is what determines what's next.
Yes.
That's the unfortunate thing, because so many people's perception of where things are so warped and
Yeah.
so evil and unjust.
Yes.
That if that continues on, it will perpetuate evil and ugliness.
Absolutely.
And so at some point we have to tell the story differently. And we have to change the narrative. And so what are you and Chris doing? And I'm going to go back to beauty after this, because it has been determined by psychologists that, you know, the beauty world is tied into our psyche.
Absolutely.
And in that, I mean that when you are in a beautiful place, in a beautiful atmosphere, experiencing beautiful things, you're more susceptible to have a happier life.
Yes.
But when you're in ugliness, turmoil, you know, rioting, not marching. Marching is one thing. Rioting is something different.
Yes.
Or when you're experiencing overwhelming amount of death, which is what our community has experienced.
Yes.
You know, just injustices and all of the things we have experienced, being racially profiled and constantly having these, you know, these indecent behaviors to be administered to us because of the way we were born.
Yes.
Is just so unfortunate. And so in the African American community, I believe that is the reason why we spend so much of our dollars on beauty, because we have to adorn ourselves.
Yes.
Because everything is crazy.
Yes. It's an overcompensation of
factors happening.
Yeah.
Where we are, you know, we're the subordinate. We're not, you know, it's so many factors. We're women, we're Black, you know, so I gotta look good. You know, I have to overdo it. I have to buy the extra things to make myself look more professional. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So many things we have to do. So beauty is the reason why this broadcast is happening, because I wanted to be able to share with my viewers and followers a moment of peace.
Yes.
And tranquility and beauty. So I adorn my desk with all my stuff, my flowers, you know, my candles, you know, and all this, and I want to talk about things that make them smile.
Yeah.
And I do believe that what you and Chris are doing in your community with your friends is a reason to smile. Unfortunately, you know, everyone's community is not that way. And so I applaud you and Chris for taking the steps to make sure that your friends feel good about your relationship with them.
Yes.
And that is commendable.
Thank you.
That is commendable. Yeah. I'm excited about that. I'm excited about that. Now listen, you know, the people been inboxing me about Real Housewives of Potomac. And they want to know a little bit of tea. So
oh my!
Spill a little tea, as much tea as you can spill. And you know, I'm not a busy girl. I've been working in entertainment so long, girl. It's just like, you know,
we know you still jet setting from coast to coast, ma'am. I see you out here.
I know, but I love you. I love all of you so much. I have a different dynamic with each of you. The only one of you I don't know, I think is maybe Ashley. I don't think Ashley and I, or Monique and I have met once. Ashley and I have never met, but everyone else I know personally. And so I know that dynamic is stressful, and I know the dynamic is not always beautiful.
It's not.
So where are you guys with the taping of the show? I understand it is on pause.
It is. Yes, it is currently on pause. So we were supposed to air May 3rd. That was our original air date. And we got a call from the network a few days before that to let us know that we were being postponed because of the pandemic. COVID-19 has halted a lot of things in every industry, but especially television. Bravo TV is, you know, one of the networks that is one of the purveyors of reality television. And a lot of their shows were in production when COVID-19 hit, and they had to shut down several productions. And that in turn created a domino effect of just putting scheduling kind of in an up in the air space. And a lot of shows we just didn't know when they would be able to complete them and then, toss them up to put them on air. So what they did was they pulled some of their top 10 shows, some of the top 10 queens.
Yeah.
They pulled us and a couple of others to be able to sort of situate them so that Bravo could guarantee top rated programming to go into the summer and the fall months. So we still don't have an official date yet. We are still saying summer, but it's coming very soon. And when everything it airs and when it all comes out, it's going to answer a lot of questions. A lot of things will be cleared up. I think some people will be revealed for who they really are, darling, who they really are. And I'm excited for it to air and for everybody to see what has been so highly anticipated and talked about for really all 6 months now. Right?
I'm gonna be honest with you, Candace. I really did not like the way they portrayed you last season. I know you personally, and I just want to know. I hope that they have developed your character, because you already have so much character, and you're so full of insight and wisdom, and you're just
Thank
so
you.
much more full of substance. I hope that they're developing that. Please tell me that they're developing your character differently this season.
Well, they are very close to the chest about the way that they edit the show. We don't know really what's happening until we receive the episode a couple of days before it airs. But in my conversations with my producers, they root for all of us and they want to put out the best version of all of us, believe it or not. And so I can tell you that, yes, I've had many conversations with our producers and with our teams, just talking about how best to display Candace and how to, because I'm an emotional person. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm the resident crier of Potomac. I have tissues on hand in every corner because I'm probably going to cry at some point. And it's just been a matter of helping me to channel and reroute some of my emotion so that I'm not going off at the wrong time.
Well, you're the youngest. You're also the youngest housewife on the show.
Well, I'm actually the second youngest. Ashley's
younger.
Ashley's the youngest. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And so that has to also be taken into consideration. I mean, you're dealing with, women of a certain age,
yes,
who are, more, a little more seasoned.
Yes.
And
yes.
so, things, sometimes,
they don't want to deal with little girl, as you saw with Charisse, and I love me some Charisse Jordan, honey. We had our moment where yes, she was little girl, go over there. And then, I respond and it's like, oh, how dare you?
You have made your way, Candace. You have made your way. You've identified. We can identify with who you are. And I love your candor. I think that it is needed and it's exciting. And it is what it is, ladies.
It is what it is.
And
yes.
So, tell me, is there anything you can share with us that we would not expect from you this season?
There's a lot of growth that happens this season, and some of it is voluntary, and some of it is I'm sort of forced to either grow or wither, grow or crumble. And you walk into these situations as a reality television star, if that's what you want to call me, knowing. Well, I knew what I wanted to get out of this. And a lot of that was to be able to put out music and to grow a music career, which I'm able to do.
Which is what I want to get into. I want to talk about this music career. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are just tuning in, I am talking to none other than one of Bravo's big stars, Miss Candace Dillard Bassett, who not only is on The Real Housewives of Potomac, but she is also a songstress. And she has an album and she has a hair brand. And we're going to talk about that. And I am excited about that. Candace, You sing. I mean, you sang.
Thank you.
You sing. And
Thank
so
you.
tell us a little bit about your project.
Yes, so exciting. I actually just had a really awesome meeting about my EP. So I'm working on an EP, and I'm really excited about what I'm able to do and what God is allowing me to be able to do with my gift. I've always known
What
that I
kind of
wanted.
song is it? Is it R&B? Is it neo soul? Is it gospel? What is it?
So everyone, well, you'll see on the show, we kind of cover, or you'll see me creating the remix to I See You. So I wrote I See You, the R&B ballad for my husband for our wedding. I performed it at our wedding. I recorded it. It's available.
Did Chucky Thompson do this?
So Chucky Thompson did the remix. So after we completed the R&B version, that's available on all streaming platforms at this very moment. Chris was sort of shopping the original around, and it got into the hands of DJ Iron at WHUR, whom I love so dearly. And Iron is good friends with Chucky Thompson. So Chucky heard the original version, and we had a meeting and decided that we wanted to turn that into a go-go remix for me to.
I love it.
I wanted to pay homage to DC. I've been in DC for 15 years. I attended Howard University here. I became a woman in DC. So I wanted to really show my love for DC, for the go-go scene, for go-go music, and especially now that it's the official music of DC, to be able to celebrate that with Washingtonians is
we call you
really
guys
special.
implants. It's very seldom that you find people that are not from DC that love go-go.
Yes.
And so it is so refreshing to know that you have really just, grabbed onto the
embraced
whole culture.
Oh, I love it.
And I love Chucky. If Chucky's watching, or anybody part of Chuck Life, I used to work for Chucky years ago.
Oh my gosh!
Producing for Faith Evans.
Wow, Kim!
Girl, honey.
Oh my gosh!
Girl. And
yes.
I worked with Chucky for years. Him and all of his comrades for Chuck Life.
Yes.
And, we had some great moments. I mean, some of my first music videos were shot, because of Chucky. He had me working on projects with him. So big ups to Chuck Life. You are definitely in good hands with Chuck.
I love him. He is my Sagittarian brother. We have the Sag connection going.
Yeah.
And we vibe. And he's a wizard. I call him a wizard because he creates hits. And it comes out of him, and he'll sit there with his bass guitar and just be creating music and creating hits that you don't even know yet. So I still can't believe sometimes that he saw something in my song and saw something in me, and that we're able to work together. But we are working on other music as well.
I'm
working with him on my new project.
What label are you under? Does he have a label, or what label are you under?
I am not signed yet.
But you will be.
But there are things in the works. There are things happening.
Oh, I love it. It's brewing, girl. And
it's brewing.
From that, girl, I mean, you are musically inclined and you're acting. You were co-starred along with Tia Mowry in Family Reunion on Netflix.
Yes.
So you have been rolling. And so you want to be an actress. Where do you see yourself in the next few years as it relates to acting and singing?
So I have to say this. I said for a year that Netflix is going to call me. They're going to call, they're going to call, they're going to call. I said it every day. And I say that to say that I believe wholeheartedly that life and death is in the power of the tongue.
Yes.
You put out what you want. You speak into the world, into the earth, from your lips to God's ears, what you want. And I did that, not knowing what would come of it. And literally, Netflix called. And I was able to go out to LA for the week and shoot Family Reunion. This will be their second season. It stars Tia Mowry, Loretta Devine, Richard Roundtree, a cast of amazing Black actors, Black writers.
That Loretta Devine, we talked about her last week.
Oh my gosh. She is so funny.
I shot 2 movies with Loretta.
Yes.
A hoot.
She's hilarious.
All day. I'm talking
Mama Bear. Yes.
Good laughing.
Yes.
We love
she
her.
is incredible. She's so down to earth and so
sweet. How long were you in LA shooting that?
1 week. So it's funny because it was around the time that I was planning my mother's 60th birthday party when I got the call. So I had to fly out to LA, come back for the party, and then go back to LA for the week. And shooting that, first of all, being on a set on the Paramount lot where everybody is Black.
Right.
That just is mind blowing because I've done smaller projects. I've done commercials. I've done a few web series. I did my first independent feature called Water on a Broken Glass that was shot in Baltimore, and it is set in Baltimore. It's based on a book by a woman named Odessa Rose, who is also a Baltimorean. And that was my first big project. But to add Netflix and to add a show of this caliber, that it's a situational comedy, it's a sitcom. So it's funny, but it's also, it shows a real side of being a part of a Black family. And it gives you that a reality and sort of a real look into what it's like to be a part of a Black family. And it showcases Black families in a wholesome way, in a funny way, but also in a way that is educational and informative for people that don't know what it's like to live, you know, in our skin and walk in our shoes. I love the show for that reason. I love the writers. They're incredible writers. So shout out to all of the writers on Family Reunion. And I can't wait for them to hint, invite me back. Hint.
We want you to go back. So listen, Candace, we have just 2 more things that we want to do with you before we let you go, because I just want the listeners, the viewers, to get a chance to know you just a little better, if they can. So this is called This or That.
Okay, I love this game.
This or that, this or that, this or that. Okay, so This or That is really a fun game. I'm going to pull it up now. So make sure you just think out the box.
Okay.
Think out the box. Okay. First question. Hold up. It is off of my phone. Listen, this is what happens with live TV.
Listen, do it live.
What happens with live TV? Okay, I got it right here. Okay. This or that. Windows or Mac?
Mac.
Donuts or bagels?
Donuts.
Excuse me. Girls' night out or girls' night in?
Oh, that's a good one. Girls' night out, because we've been in too long.
Pumps or flip-flops?
Pumps.
Hello.
Okay. Give me a SoCate any day, honey. Yes.
Okay. And by the way, speaking of SoCate, you know that Mr. Louboutin is Black.
Did we know this?
Listen, I digress. For those that are watching, we coming back to This or That. He is from Egypt. He just announced it on his page, and he was the cutest little boy, and he talked about how he had all of these issues with race and being, you know, called names as a child. And look at him now. It's a full look at me now. It's a Ricky Lake moment, girl.
What?
It's like, look at me now.
Yeah. Let me go do my research.
Shot till you drop.
Listen, okay? That's all you had to say. Yes.
These expensive, girl. These is
okay.
Bottoms.
We are pouring into the community. Say no more. Say no more. Okay.
So that
was
a digressing moment.
Okay.
Okay. So we're back to our this and that, and the next one's sweet or salty.
Sweet all day.
A lot of these is food because you're married to a chef. Okay.
Yes, I love
Mexican
food.
Mexican or Chinese?
Mexican.
All right. Noodles or rice?
Noodles. I love a good noodle with some sesame and some soy sauce. Yes.
Okay. This one doesn't count because I know what you're going to say, but movie theater or Netflix?
Netflix. Duh.
Hello. Come on, Netflix. Hopefully you're watching. Get up early or sleep in late?
Sleep in late always. I'm not a morning person.
Rainy days or snowy days?
Ooh. Rainy days. Yeah.
I love rainy days. Nonfiction or fiction books?
As a child, I loved nonfiction. But as a grown woman, as an adult, I love fiction books.
Got you. Adele or Beyonce?
Oh God, Beyonce.
Me too.
Yes.
Snickers or Skittles?
Oh man. Oh, Snickers.
Jeans or leggings?
Jeggings.
Jeggings. Listen, we got all the same answers. This is crazy to me. I'm tripping.
Listen.
Okay, coffee or tea?
Tea. Love tea all day.
Same. Cooking or takeout?
My husband cooking. Yes.
Right answer.
Yes.
Pancakes or waffles?
Pancakes.
Chocolate chip or oatmeal raisin?
Oatmeal raisin all day.
What?
Yes.
I thought you were going to say chocolate chip.
Oatmeal raisin.
Chocolate chip.
I love a chunky, hearty oatmeal raisin cookie. Yes, with the raisin, with the big raisins.
You know, I came up with these based off of all of your feeds and your lives.
Really?
Yeah, I did. I was like, I gotta remember what she said when she said that she didn't like this. Oh, our place was closed for a long time, our salad place, and you were so upset.
Wait, Sweet Green?
Sweet Greens.
Ma'am, let me tell you, Sweet, I need to go ahead and buy stock in Sweet Green. They need to just give me one free salad a month, because the way that I advertise for those people, I love Sweet Green salads. They are so good. I
of a competitor of Sweet Greens, and I was going to do a this and that with Sweet Greens, and I thought
Chopped.
She loves Sweet Greens.
Chopped is it?
Sweet
Yes.
Greens or chopped?
Yeah, definitely Sweet Green. Yes.
Got you. All right, definitely Sweet Greens. Okay, sports or politics?
Politics.
I knew it. Card games or board games?
Board games.
Target or Walmart?
Oh!
I know.
Oh gosh, let's go with Target, because Walmart's had some questionable moments in the media of late. So
yes, they have.
Let's say Target.
And so this stays true to your love for politics. Okay, all right. So the desert or the tropics?
Oh my gosh, the tropics without the bugs.
The tropics without the bugs. That is our this and that moment. I wanted everyone to get to know you a little bit better.
Yes.
And I am so excited about this last game that we're playing before we log off. And it is called Rep Your Brand.
Ooh,
Rep Your Brand.
Okay.
And I want you to tell us in 10 seconds or less what you got jumping off. If you had 10 seconds and you could get $100,000 for your business.
Okay.
10 seconds.
Yes.
Your brand.
Okay. So Prima Hair Collection by Candace Dillard was started by Candace Dillard, my mother and my sister 5 years ago. I'm a pageant girl. I have always wanted to be involved in the hair industry, and I wanted a hair company that I trusted, that I loved, that I would wear, that had different textures, different lengths, different styles, that would represent us, women of color who love to change our hair because we want to change our hair whenever we want to, and not have a lot of hassle, not have to deal with bad quality, with shedding, with long wait times, with shipping. And so that is Prima Hair Collection. We offer an array of different styles. Our newest style is our Catalina Brazilian kinky curly wigs, and they are for the woman who wants to make a statement. It is big, curly, crazy hair that mimics the 3 to 4C texture, and I'm proud to bring a texture to the forefront that represents and celebrates kinky hair. You can get our kinky texture online right now at primahaircollection.com. Check us out on Instagram at Prima Hair Collection, at Prima Hair Collection, and see us online. And we'll also be having bundles of the kinky curly very soon that you can also order.
So you can do your hair, you can sing, you can act, you do it all, and you are my friend. And I am so thankful and so happy to have had you on my show tonight.
This is so fun.
So much fun. This is the Kiki we've been talking about for the last 2 years.
Literally. I know. And we have to do.
Where is Jimmy's? We can't even go down to Jimmy's. I'm trying to figure out what is happening here.
I know. Yes, but things will be back to normal. We have to just keep pressing toward the mark of the high calling. Things will get back to normal. whatever normal looks like. But I want to just encourage everybody we have to keep our heads up. We have to pour from full cups. So that means taking a break like you do from social media, taking a break from the news for a day or two so that you can recharge and come back, and we can all do our parts however we feel comfortable. Everybody's not going to be a protester. Everybody's not going to be a poster on social media, but however you see fit to do your part to get the word out about the injustices that are happening in our country right now. We have to do our part. And I'm not just talking to people of color. Our white allies, we need you as well. And we don't want you. We don't need you, but we would like to have you, because the oppressed we cannot free ourselves completely. We can create communities and we can create spaces for us that are Black and that are nurturing to our community. But in order to fully have equality, we need to have the voice of the allies. So whatever our allies can do to help us to advance these causes, we would love to have you. And for my Black brothers and sisters, I love all of you. I'm hurting with all of you. I have anxiety with all of you, but we are going to come out of this stronger because our ancestors said we could, and we will.
What a great ending. I could not have ended it better. And I thank you so much. This was so much more than about beauty, but this was insightful about your heart, your mind, and your soul. And I hope that our followers, my followers, and those that have watched have enjoyed this moment with you.
Yes.
What a great moment, a moment I will never forget. I am so grateful to you for taking the time to talk to me and to just share and blend with Kim Lee.
Yes.
Such a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful moment. And I thank you. And I love you.
I love you too. I love you too. And you are an example. You are a true personification of Black Girl Magic. You are a veteran in this game. And I am grateful to have a Black woman who has roots in this business to look up to. And I'm grateful for what you have done to blaze trails and to create paths for the women of color who will come after you. So thank you for what you're doing with your show and with everything that you're doing, your new projects, your old projects, all your things. I'm grateful to have you.
We got stuff going on, and it's a good thing. We support one another, and we'll definitely get all of those links. I'll get those links from your manager so that I can add them to this. At the end of it, I'll add it to the links to my YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, the links will be at the bottom. We will upload those right after the show. I will upload these on Instagram so everyone can celebrate you and they can get this big Prima hair girl. I need to go hair child.
Get you some Kiki curly, honey. Yes, make a statement. Yes. Yes.
I need it. I love you.
Yes.
I love you.
Love you too.
Have a wonderful
God bless
evening.
you.
Much love to you, and thank you all for watching Blend with Kim Lee and Friends. Good night.
Good night.